I walked down the hall to our bedroom, no, my bedroom now, and opened the top drawer of the nightstand. Beneath a stack of old birthday cards and charger cables was the manila folder I'd been adding to for the last 3 months. I never wanted to believe I'd use it, I wanted to be wrong. But I wasn't. Screenshots, bank statements, a hotel receipt from a weekend I was out of town visiting my mother in Michigan. She told me she was sick. Turns out Emily was getting comforted at the Hilton by Jason. Even a couple of printed Instagram DMs that Jason had sent to one of Emily's friends, bragging about stealing her from her loser husband. I had proof, all of it. I walked back out into the living room. Jason was lounging on my couch, like he paid the mortgage, flipping through channels. His kids had started raiding Noah's snacks in the kitchen, like they owned the place. Noah sat stiffly at the edge of the stairs, still in shock, still quiet but burning. I could see it in his eyes. Emily glanced at the folder in my hands and rolled her eyes. What, you printing memes now? Something like that, I said. She snatched it out of my hands, flipped it open, and the smirk vanished in less than a second. You've been spying on me, she barked. No, I replied. I was collecting evidence. There's a difference. And now I've got enough to make sure you don't walk away with a single thing, but your cheap boyfriend and his snack thief kids. She threw the folder down on the table, paper scattered. Jason stood up. Hey look man, he said, trying to sound calm, maybe we should take this somewhere else. No, I snapped. You walked into my home. You brought your mess into my family. You made it public, so let's keep it public. Emily's voice turned venomous again. You don't have a clue what I've been through. You were never there for me emotionally. I was dead inside. You just sat there fixing things around the house like a good little Boy Scout while I rotted inside. You didn't rot, I shot back, you wandered. There's a difference. Then Jason, of all people, tried to put a hand on my shoulder. You need to calm down, bro. The way he said bro lit a fuse in me I didn't know existed. I slapped his hand off and stepped into his space. Say that again, see how calm I stay. He backed off. Emily, now flustered, went for the only weapon she had left. You think a judge will side with you when you're threatening people in front of your kid? I'm not threatening, I said. I'm done. That's different. And then, right there in the middle of this disaster, Noah spoke again. Can I stay with you, Dad? He asked, voice small real. Emily spun to him. What? No, you're not picking sides. I already did, he said, the moment you brought them in here like we didn't matter. Jason's kids, sensing the shift, looked unsure. One of them, probably around 9, whispered something to him. He bent down, nodding. Emily, meanwhile, had crossed a line that no court document could erase. She grabbed Noah by the arm. You're confused. I'm your mother. You don't talk to me like that. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just stepped forward and said, take your hands off my son. She froze. I'd never used that tone with her before. It was cold, final. She let go. Jason exhaled like he just realized what he stepped into. Maybe we should go. Maybe you should have thought about that before you walked into another man's house with your toy and a welcome mat. I snapped. Emily grabbed her bag. This isn't over. I know, I said. It's just starting. As they walked out, Jason's younger kid looked back at Noah and gave a tiny wave. Noah didn't return it. He just watched them drive off like he was burning the memory into his brain forever. I closed the door, locked it, then turned and looked at Noah. I'm sorry, I said. You didn't deserve this. He hugged me tight, like he knew I was all he had now. And I realized I wasn't the one who lost everything, she was. And she didn't even know it yet. The next morning was quiet. Not peaceful, just the kind of quiet that wraps around your neck and doesn't let go. The kind that follows a storm when everything's been thrown around and you're standing in the wreckage, trying to pretend it's still a home. Noah didn't go to school. I didn't make him. Instead, we sat at the kitchen table sipping cocoa like two survivors of the same shipwreck. He didn't ask about Emily, neither did I. But I knew the questions were eating him alive, just like mine were. Around noon, my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. Your behavior last night was abusive. You're unstable. I've already contacted a lawyer. I'll be picking up my things with police present. Do not contact me again. I read it twice, then showed it to Noah. He blinked at it, then whispered. She really said you were abusive.
Please subscribe.